Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah. This is Beholder God speaking from His grace, and today we are going to refute Isaiah chapter 9 verse 6, the argument that Christians use. So here is the verse on this, as you can see it on the screen, and it says in Isaiah chapter 9 verse 6, "A child is born to us, a son is given to us, and he will be our ruler. He will be called Wonderful, Counselor, Mighty God, Eternal Father, Prince of Peace." Now, there are many problems with this verse, and I will prove with 5 irrefutable points that it has nothing to do with Jesus, peace be upon him. Number 1, the verse speaks in the past tense. That by itself is enough, but I will show 4 more good reasons why this verse is inappropriate. Now check this out, ladies and gentlemen. It says that, in other versions, not in this one, it says that the government will be on his shoulder. So I ask, which government was on Jesus' shoulder? He was always on the run, and I will show you examples. John chapter 7 verse 1. After this, Jesus traveled in Galilee. He did not want to travel in Judea because the Jewish authorities there were wanting to kill him. They wanted to kill him. Another example. Right after the great I am episode, look what the next verse says, John 8:59. Then they picked up stones to stone him, to throw at him. But Jesus hid himself and left the temple. The great I am, the Prince of Peace, the mighty God, etc., etc., running away from his own creation in inverted commas. Another example. John chapter 10, verse 39. Once more they tried to seize Jesus, but he slipped out of their hands. So these 3 examples refute the government was on his shoulder. Now the verse also says the mighty God. So I asked, how is he the mighty God? The guy couldn't do anything by himself. Look at this next example, ladies and gentlemen. Point number 3. John chapter 5 verse 30, where Jesus Christ, peace be upon him, in his own words says, "I can of my own self do nothing. I judge as God tells me." As in other versions it says, "As I hear I judge. And my judgment is just, is righteous. Because I am not trying to do what I want. I'm not seeking my will," in other versions, "but only the will of him who sent me, but only what he who sent me wants." As a good Muslim, Jesus Christ, peace be upon him, says, as a Muslim, I do what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants. I don't do my will. So that also proves Islam, and this proves Christianity. The next point, it says the everlasting Father. Now, I want to ask a question. In the alleged Trinity, is Jesus the Father? If I remember correctly, according to the Christian creed, it is considered an ancient heresy to say that Jesus is the Father. And furthermore, we have confirmation from Jesus Christ, peace be upon him, himself, that he is not the Father. In John chapter 17 verse 3, the famous verse that I quote, the famous monotheism vote, the famous tawheed of the Bible, "And eternal life means to know you, the only true God, and to know Jesus Christ whom you sent." Jesus cannot be the Father. Here he's testifying that the Father in heaven, the metaphoric form of Father, is the only true God. So even according to the Bible, it says Tawheed, La ilaha illallah. The next part is the funniest, because Christians love to tell me that he's the Prince of Peace. However, let us see what Jesus Christ, peace be upon him, said in his own lips. In Matthew chapter 10, verse 34, he says, "Do not think that I have come to bring peace to the world. No, I did not come to bring peace, but a sword." Wow. But a sword. That's amazing. That's amazing. Okay, and one more thing about this peace thing. Luke chapter 12, verse 49 clearly says, "I came to set fire on earth." I set the earth on fire. And how I wish it were already kindled. Already kindled. So, after these 5 irrefutable points, I ask, is Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6 still about Jesus? Sorry, I don't think so. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, but if you hated it, give it a thumbs down, no problem. And make sure to like, share and subscribe. And hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Assalamu alaikum.